There is already a penis in her ass, in her vagina and mouth, preferably maybe all three at the same time, and you just don't know about it. Alright everybody, Terrence Popp here with another episode of Live from the Lair. Okay, now this episode is a little different than some I've done in the past. I want to do more of this, and I believe I have put out a couple calls in regards to advice and sending me emails and stuff. And some of you did. And it's after 10 o'clock, I've been drinking, and Bad Popp showed up, and he's going to give you some good advice.
The war on the West is no longer about men or women. It's about the ideological subversion of Western minds by foreign actors cloaked in a public relations-friendly outfit called feminism. Join the fight against the destabilization of our very civilization by reading Surviving Fourth Wave Feminism. Learn some inconvenient truths by clicking on the link in the description, because every time you do, a pansexual non-binary socialist cries.
All right, scenario number one. This is from an individual who is probably 20 by now. This is a few months old. He was 19 at the time. And his father remarried. And while he was out tooling around in town, he saw his stepmother with a suspicious person. Now, like most teenagers today, they're very tech savvy. And he put the flim-flam, shim-sham beatdown on her cell phone. She left it unsecure. He got a hold of it, hooked it up, put in a keylogger, and holy Toledo, he hit the mother lode. He basically wrote to me and asked me if he should bust her out to his father. His father was basically single for quite some time, seemed to be very taken aback by this particular woman that he wifed up. And he dreads the side effects that this would have upon his father. Time for Bad Popp to give you some advice here. All right. That which weighs an ounce today will weigh a ton tomorrow. And that is simply regret. I'm just assuming here, sooner or later, this is going to come to his attention one way or another. And if he finds out that you knew about it and you did not say anything to him, not only is he going to divorce her and cut her away, there is a very, very good chance you're next on the chopping block. When men get upset, especially over affairs of the heart, they need or they will make decisions in regards to removing people from their lives who they deem to be unworthy or disloyal. I myself have gone down this road. So my advice to you is simply this. Sit down with your father, have a beer, print up all of the text messages, push him across the table, because it's one thing for you to tell him this. It's another thing for you to tell him this and have actual evidence. Will he be mad at you? Probably in the short term. That's just the way it goes. You take a shot, you feel some pain, you get mad at whoever, issued the pain to you. But I believe he'll come around. You're his son. That's the way shit works. Sorry, that's a tough one. All right, scenario number two. Conflict of two sisters. Sister number one, the older sister, dating individual X, shall we say. Both of them are in their mid-20s. Now, sister number 2, which slightly younger by 18 months. It's like an Irish twin thing. All right, now the younger sister basically wrote to me and explained that boyfriend X has made some, how shall we say, advances upon her, to include the grabbing of boobage and the feeling of the ass a few times. And she does not know how to handle this. The older sister's dating basically an a-hole. In my past, I have dated sisters, basically one, where, the younger one was, making advances and saying stuff and doing the thing. As basically an honorable man, did not take her up on that, and, usually led to me just cutting ties, and that was it. On a few of those occasions, I did circle back a couple years later and then knock out the younger one, but I never did anything like that. So, my advice to you, try to get it on video or record him talking some mad trash to the younger sister, and then go to the older sister, play the recording, show her the video, and there you go. Because, in my opinion, that dude doesn't have honorable intentions, and gonna wind up basically hammering the older sister and turning everyone's life into a whole bunch of redneck nightmare, which you both don't need. All right, scenario number 3. This is a young individual who is currently in the United States Army in the 82nd Airborne Division. He's a private first class, probably an E4 by now, but basically dating his high school sweetheart. They got engaged as soon as he graduated high school and enlisted in the Army. Not gonna lie to you, trooper. Do you know how many times I've actually heard scenarios like this that worked out? 0 times! 0 times. Yeah. In your letter you sent me, you dated since 9th grade, and you've been in the Army, well, at the time of this letter, 18 months, and you were private first class. You make E4, basically 24 months. It's basically automatic. So you're probably there by now, and, you want to, marry her when you're in E5, and that's probably another 12 months away at a minimum, maybe 18, depending upon your command. So that means you'll be coming up towards the end of your first enlistment. You're talking about re-enlisting, maybe marrying her up and bringing her to Fort Bragg, and it'll all be great because you're going to knock that stuff, you're going to lock that down, and she's different, and she loved me. No. All right, now, to be honest, there is already a penis in her ass, in her vagina and mouth, preferably maybe all 3 at the same time, and you just don't know about it. All right, now, in your letter you stated that you were getting some weird vibes, some distance on the phone. You went back there, for your holidays and leaves and so forth, and it's good, but it's not like it used to be. If you are going to re-enlist in the military, you got to cut this bitch away. Because if the military wanted you to have a wife, they would assign you one. All right, now in all of my time in the military, 33 years, I've run across thousands upon thousands of people. Of all of the people that I've ever known that have been married in the military, I knew 3 who are still married to their first wives. I know hundreds upon hundreds of guys who've been divorced 3 times because they just didn't learn the first, 2 times or first time. And they're screwed. They lose half their pension. Shit's all effed up. All right, now, if you don't want to stay in, don't stay in. That's fine too. I get it. Sometimes, the career thing just doesn't work out for you. Now, if you do get out, my advice to you is to go into a National Guard unit, preferably one that's airborne, so you still have some skin in the game if shit goes totally south and nukes get dropped and you want to, get back in there to the fight. Got it, I understand. But Mrs. High School Sweetheart, long-term relationship, it's not going to work for you, brother. Just being honest with you. All right, now this is the last one here. All right, this individual, married for 11 years. 3 kids. Got a good job. He basically works as a tool and die guy at a machine shop. He's a foreman, pulls down just shy of $100K a year. Wife works at his bullshit job. She makes like $32 a year. So together they're pulling down 120, almost $130K with overtime. 3 kids, the deal. All right, now he just found out after his wife decided she was going to go to night school to improve herself. And lo and behold, we all know what happens when shit like that goes down. She started dicking down one of the dudes in her class. And it went on for almost the entire semester. So basically, she starts school within a week. She's throat slamming the ding dong and getting honed out like an old drill press. See what I did there? And it went on the entire time. And the only reason he found out is he basically looked at her phone while she was in the shower and saw the text, history, and then went back and saw like pictures and then little short videos of basically throat slamming the ding dong and getting honed out like a drill press. And he wants to know if he should go to counseling because that's what she wants to do, because he confronted her and he basically sent himself those texts and emails, so he has them on his phone as well. And she wants to work the whole thing out and put it all behind 7, 13, 21, and 24 years are the punch-out years. Now, when I was going through my divorce, I wanted to basically learn all I could about the divorce phenomena. And a buddy of mine who runs basically a computer company where he does networking for probably, back then it was like 17 different law firms. So I had access to a lot of the law firm search database bullshit, and I numberlined just shy of 2,000 divorces. And I just selected them all at random. All of them were from Michigan, Ohio, and Illinois. And I numberlined them, and I noticed that they all grouped around 7, 13, 21, and 24. So, looks like you're not going to make it past the second review, bro. I'm just being honest here. Granted, you have a lot of history and you got 3 kids. But whatever was causing her to throat slam the ding dong as soon as she got away and started going to school, that's not going to go away. It's not going to stop. And my professional opinion to you is try to get out of this without having to pay any Alice's and horny money. And you're going to have to ride out basically 9 years of child support. I'm sorry. It's expensive. It sucks, but that's the truth. Not here to lie to you. And please, don't get married again. Now, you can watch Pre-Divorce Mentality and have a couple other videos on things you can do to shore up your finances and get ready for the big push. But in my professional opinion, it's over. Marriage counseling doesn't work. And this is 2020, and women can legally ass rape you, even though they're completely at fault. All right, gentlemen, I hope you liked this video. If you do, please feel free to send me any more advice or question emails to redonkulous12@gmail.com. And you guys take it easy. Peace.